So tunarudi tena hapa mjengoni. Tumekwambia mapema pale tutakuwa na wageni, na wa kwanza ameshakuja ameondoka, lakini wa pili naye ndio huyu ametimba fursa hii ya kuweza kumkaribisha mgeni. Tunakwenda opposite. Mimi najua watu wanajua tunazungumza hivi alafu kinageuka. Shamsa, zamu yako.
I saw that coming. But like we had stated earlier, our second guest ameshafika studio, and for this coming hour we're going to be having a massive and high impact conversation. And here in studio we have the vice chair of the global NGO Stakeholder Summit, who is none other than Emmaculate Kivindyo. Amewasili, amefika, and we are excited to hear from her. So maybe for the people that are listening to us right now, they're tuned in and they're hearing your name, they're wondering, who is Emmaculate? Maybe you give us a brief introduction so that they know who they're about to listen to. Karibu sana.
Indeed, thank you so much. So my name is Emmaculate Kivindyo, as you've mentioned.
Yes.
Who is Emmaculate? Emmaculate is a business development practitioner.
Yes.
I have worked in the NGO space for about 12 years.
Okay.
But I started as a journalist.
Oh, nice.
I'm a trained journalist. Actually, nilisomea pale JKUAT pale Juja, wanaita Juja Boys. Then nikafanya kazi kidogo pale Royal Media.
Yes.
Okay.
I did some internship there for almost a year. Nikafanya pale on the business desk design, then nikaelekea Inoro TV when Inoro TV was being launched.
Okay.
So at least you can get to guess my age, right? Alafu nikatoka hapo nikaenda a PR company, and where I got to interact with various accounts. And the beauty of working in a PR company is that you get to learn so much.
Yes.
Ni kama venye unafanya a banker. Ana handle different customers. Kuna mwenye ambaye anaweza kuelewa rahisi, kuna mwingine lazima uchukue muda kumueleza. But what that introduced me to is the NGO space, because I also got to handle accounts in the NGO space.
Yes.
And I transitioned to now the NGO space. I fully work in the NGO space, and that's the reason why there's a need to have conversations that affect the NGO sector.
Yes.
And that came about the Global NGO Stakeholder Summit that is being held this year, June 24th, 26th in Nairobi, whereby we have various stakeholders that help govern this sector, talking about matters that actually affect them and how can we grow this sector so that the future generations can actually benefit from this.
Yeah.
Right.
I thank you so much for that brief introduction. Maybe we could start by what really tilted your decision to move into the NGO space after being in communications and PR for a really long time.
Oh, great question. I think it's the impact. I think as human beings, we always we are working to earn a living, to meet our needs. But there is that urge, there is that innate, need as a human being to want to make a difference in the communities where we live, where we serve, and where we grew up in. So I really wanted to make a difference in the lives of people. And the NGO space is a great platform to do that.
Yeah.
Be it in offering your expertise, be it, just being of service yourselves, working with local communities, working with participants, working with stakeholders. And that has been really fulfilling, if I might say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And where did that the journey with in the NGO space, where did it begin?
Where did it begin?
Yes.
Great question. I started working at TechnoServe.
Okay.
Over, I think, 9 years ago as a consultant.
Okay.
So I was working on a program called Smart Duka program. And this is a program that is meant to empower retailers. That is the duka that you go to asubuhi ukiamka. Unaenda kununua mkate, unaenda kununua maziwa. So how can you ensure that duka they keep their records, they track their profits, their losses, and everything how do they arrange their products? Sio tunaweka kahawa na sabuni. Kina kununua hiyo kahawa kikunywa inanuka sabuni. So how do you ensure that they actually even their product placement is, up to the standards? So that is that's how my journey started.
Yes.
It's been a great journey, having worked even with food fortifiers, working with entrepreneurs in the blue economy sector, working with civil rights organizations, just to name but a few, but it's been a great journey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Amazing, amazing. Could you please introduce us to the Global NGO Stakeholder Summit 2026?
Great. Something I deeply love. So the Global NGO Stakeholder Summit is a platform that is meant to bring together stakeholders who work in the development sector or, the NGO space.
Yes.
This could be the private sector, could be government, could be local organizations, could be, CBOs, INGOs, just to come together and discuss thematic areas that actually affect this sector. We've had forums like the World Urban Forum, the World Health Organization, they have forums. Specifically discussing different aspects that affect those, those organizations. But we have not had a forum where we sit together and discuss all these matters in one sitting.
Yeah.
So there came a need to help address some of the concerns, and even with the shifting in the, funding that has happened, I think we have all experienced that.
Yes.
So it was very timely for us to come together and bring the stakeholders, just discuss the matters that actually affect us. And we have a board of experts in the NGO sector, a very big team. And we have partners who have come on board who actually see the need for this happening. So with that actually need, that gap being addressed, there's also something we have that's called the NGO portal. If you just go online right now and just Google the NGO portal, it is the first one that is going to come up. It's like it's a Facebook of some sort, whereby we have over 500 NGOs who just register themselves on their own free will, register and get to interact there. So they get to learn what other programs are being implemented, how do we not duplicate programs, how are participants actually benefiting from these programs, who requires funding, how do we ensure that even the people who are receiving funding, we're not spending like so much money, like say 40% of the funding on overheads and administration, but rather that is trickling down to the participants. So you'll find those conversations, and they're registered, and that's why we have we are gathering now on the June 24th, 26th to actually have these conversations about the the stakeholders and what matters affect our sector. So that's what brought about that need.
Amazing.
Okay. Asante sana. Immaculate. Emmaculate.
Yes.
Immaculate.
Yes.
Okay. Jamani, watoto wa kike na majina yenu. Anyway, mimi swali langu litajikita sana kwenye mikakati yenu na ushirikiano. Ni fursa gani mpya ambazo zinapatikana kati ya NGO za ndani ya hapa mahali ambapo kwamba tuko nchini na wafadhili wa kimataifa kuhakikisha kwamba kuna huo ushirikiano? Wewe hapa unasoma hapa ndani, lakini unasoma kutoka nje, na faida gani zinazopatikana kwenye huo ushirikiano wa kimkakati?
All right. So in regards to partnership, there's a lot of funding that comes, our international aid that comes from outside Africa, not only in Kenya but also outside Africa. But we're also in an intersection where these NGOs that are in Kenya or in Africa are looking to self-sustain themselves. But we cannot discard the fact that we have a lot of foreign aid that is coming there. So these partnerships are really important because we cannot exist alone as a continent or as a country. There are matters that actually not only affect us as a country but also the globe. So that has been existing for such a long period of time, and we are we are grateful for that because it has helped steer our GDP in this country, transform communities. We have seen a lot of that. I mean, we can all attest in one or another. Maybe it is contributed to having a hospital in the community, having a road somewhere, having a school, and transform the lives of those communities. So that partnership is really important. However, we are looking at a period, as I said, where we have self-sustaining mechanisms, and that's where the aspect of localization comes in. So localization is really important, but also it fosters the aspect of partnership, whereby we have this aid, we have communities, and we have the middlemen. So those middlemen could be NGOs or local organizations who help steer transformation in these communities. So we are at the heart of that as a summit, and that's why we are bringing together all these parties. We're not leaving out behind the beneficiaries or what they call the participants. We're not leaving behind the local communities, and contributing to the aspect of localization. We're not leaving to behind the CBOs or the government or the donor. We are bringing them in one space so that you get to meet and say, so this is the donor. Let's give an example. And these are participants. Say Juma. Juma gets to say, we only get 200 shillings, whereas you have mandated for us to receive 1,000 shillings. Maybe that is a gap in communication that has been there. So how do we bridge those things? How do we ensure that even our participants are not having, say, if there is training, fatigue, overtraining, and then there is training fatigue. So that partnership is really, as that partnership and communication aspect is what we are trying to bring together so that we can devise means that will create sustainability in this sector and also will steer, the sector forward.
Okay, asante sana. Tuna kwenda mapumziko kidogo tupate tone la spoti, alafu tukirudi tunaendelea na haya mazungumzo.
So we've spoken of the upcoming Global NGO Summit that will be happening this month, 24th to 26th. Now, what are the core themes of this year's summit? And maybe as the vice chairperson, what does the implementation look like after the summit is done? What do we expect to see? What are some of the changes we're looking forward to seeing?
Great question. So some of the thematic areas that we're handling is urbanization, digitization. We're handling health. We are handling entrepreneurship. We're handling also governance, just to name but a few. But you can also get all this information on our website, www.ngosummit.africa. So you'll go see all the breakout sessions we have, all the themes we have, how to register as a delegate. You'll get all that information. So some of the things that you actually expect after the summit is held is that we're looking to have blueprints. We have documents that we have indicated what has been discussed and how do we move this forward. And ideally that in the future would mean there are some changes that happen in the NGO sector. So probably this will influence some policies, will change maybe a few governance aspects. So these are some of the changes that you're looking at, because change starts with us, right? So as much as we're having these conversations, are we documenting it? Are we researching about it? Are we, also following through in our implementation of our programs? Also, are we incorporating it in the design of proposals where we are seeking funding, or we are implementing certain things in the community? So those are some of the changes we expect in the communities.
So maybe also what specific opportunities, grants, or networking avenues exist within the framework of the summit for young leaders and social entrepreneurs? I've seen that you have for university students, they have to pay a certain amount to join. So when they do get into these spaces, what are some of the benefits they're sure to enjoy when they make it there?
Oh, great. So first, let me start by saying that we are looking at least 35% of our participants being young people. And why are we doing this? It's because the future belongs to the young people. We have seen a lot of Gen Zs, come up with tech solutions that actually help, the NGO sector. The NGO sector relies a lot on data, a lot of, technology to even help, like we've seen even the use of drones to distribute fertilizers in the farms. That is actually something that is being steered by the young people, if I might say. So when young people sign up for this forum, first of all, the cost for the for the students is actually subsidized. It's not the same as the full delegate package. And what that means is we are creating a platform where they can afford this opportunity for them to come interact with innovators, to come interact with the donor space, to come and exhibit also some of the solutions that they're offering. We have an exhibition space where they can come and exhibit, have conversations. We have speaking slots for young people. If you go to the website, you will see some of the speakers are young people. So we are incorporating them at the heart of this summit. So what I encourage them is please sign up. And I think one of the other things is for young people, let's not wait to be handed over opportunities. Start, go volunteer somewhere, be part of a community cleanup, beach cleanup, be part of an outreach program. So just start somewhere, and that's how you bring about change.
Right. Emmaculate, one of the main issues you guys are going to talk about is about the funding landscape, how it is for organizations to seek for these resources to fund the solutions. And right now it's looking a bit tricky in the African context because a lot of foreign aid has been cut off. Now this is in your personal capacity, in your opinion, where should organizations lean to for sustainability?
All right, that's a great question and actually a very touchy subject right now because we have over the recent, past, we have seen people lose their jobs.
Yes.
One of the biggest funder, USAID exited the market. So that meant a lot of people lost their jobs. A lot of participants were left hanging.
Yes.
And we have a lot of NGO picking up the pieces to enable these participants to continue, making impact in the communities.
Yes.
So one of the conversations we are going to have about the donor funding landscape is how do we ensure sustainability. So one of the things that is very, I would say, a big word in the donor space or in the NGO space is for profit. So for profit and not for profit. So we find that most NGOs do work that does not earn them profit back.
Yes.
But we are looking at a mechanism whereby we need to circle back those funds so that they can sustain these organizations. Let me give an example of BRAC. It's a Bangladesh Relief Assistance something, BRAC, yeah. So BRAC is an organization that actually even right now is still getting funding, and they have been at the forefront of steering education. And one of the things that they actually do to self-sustain the organization, they have dairy farms, they have agricultural farms. So that profit that they get from these businesses help them run their organization. That has really been helping. So how also do we implement this or localize this to ensure that even our organizations do actually self-sustain themselves? Let me give an example of a CBO. BRAC is probably a very big organization. Let me bring it home.
Yes.
A CBO that is actually working in apiculture.
Okay.
So they work with participants who are in the honey value chain. Why don't they get the hives themselves, set them up, ensure that they have honey and sell it to the community? So that way they're able to meet overheads, in that organization. And even when they get funding, they can show the donor that our overheads are not being covered 50% of the funding you're giving. It's actually getting to the 80% of what you're giving is actually getting to our participants. Something like what Give Directly does. They ensure that even when they're disseminating funds, like they use M-Pesa, so it goes directly to the participant and not, there are no middlemen.
Yes.
So to ensure that our participants actually fully feel the impact. So this is some of the conversations we are going to be having. See some of the, methodologies that NGOs are employing to actually have this in place in the implementation.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. Before Josh aendelee, nitaanza na hapa kwa Shamsa alafu nitakuja kwa Josh. Shamsa ameuliza kuhusiana na masuala ya vijana na nafikiri umejibu vizuri kuhusiana na mifumo ya kileo zaidi kidijitali na vitu kama hivyo. Akauliza kuhusiana na mfumo wa senti, umeeleza kutoka hiyo ya India kwamba wao wanafanya hivi kupata senti, ukatoa mfano na masuala ya nyuki hapo. Lakini tuko karne ya 21, kila kitu kiko kidijitali zaidi. So ni pengine kwenye hilo kongamano ambalo kwamba linakuja tarehe 24 na 26, ni vitu gani ambavyo kwamba mmeviainisha vya kidijitali kuhakikisha kwamba vitapendekezwa kwa ajili ya kuongeza uwazi na uwajibikaji wa kifedha miongoni mwa hayo mashirika?
Right. So there are some various innovations that have been there existing. And I would probably say the use of AI. For instance, the Mastercard Foundation has done some research in 2026 and shown that 60% of young people actually use tech savvy and actually in the workforce space. So sikumaanisha sisi the young people, what I mean, I'm young.
Ndio ajeka vizuri sasa tuone wewe ni young.
Okay. Like how she had to change her voice and be like, yes.
Yeah, that as the young people are not skilled.
Yes.
We are skilled. We have the technical know-how. And that means we, even in terms of the digital usability, we are very good at that.
Yes.
So some of the things that we are actually looking is that we'll have some innovation pavilion and convention. We'll actually have a forum that is purely dedicated for young people, and this is towards the last day. So we can discuss about some of these solutions. When talk about the use of drones, the use of satellites, how do we use, if the young people are actually navigating how to use the airspace to deliver probably, fertilizers, to do agricultural produce. Some of the solutions that we are actually using when it comes to coding, we have like the World Food Program. They have used the iris scan. Like there is in Jordan, they actually implemented this in Jordan. You have the iris scan whereby you're able to just scan, and there is data on the other end, an Excel file that actually documents what did you buy, because it was a food program. What did you buy in for food? So they're able to tabulate that. So some of these solutions is what we are going to be discussing, and how they can be scaled and implemented by other existing organizations. The last example, we're in the coastal region.
Yes.
And one of the biggest value chain we have is aquaculture. So we have had even, thermometers that actually regulate, mechanisms, not thermometers, mechanisms that actually regulate water in a fish pond. We have all seen that. So, and you're actually able to monitor this at the comfort of, like right now it's raining, at the comfort of your house, you're able to regulate, the temperature. So some of these solutions is what we are going to be discussing. How do we also, if there is a young person who has an idea like that, has actually, devised a way and wants funding for them to scale, for it to be implemented, that is actually the platform. Register, sign up, be part of this conversation. You never know what tomorrow holds.
Okay.
Right.
Kabla niwapishe sasa. Yote ambayo tunafanya ya haya mashirika kongamano ile ambalo kwamba linakuja, sote tunajua ni kwa ajili ya jamii. Wale sisi ambao tuko macho ni mashirika, lakini yanaangazia jamii kwa mapana na marefu. Ni vitu gani ambavyo kwamba vitajadiliwa, ambavyo vitampa sauti huyo ambaye kwamba anaangaziwa na hayo mashirika? Because kama ni msaada utakwenda kwa hao ambao kwamba ni wakulima aquaculture. Kama ni msaada, kama utakwenda kwa hao wakulima wa nyuki, and what have you, na mifano na vijana kuhusiana na masuala ya kidijitali. Ni vipi watapewa sauti ya kuangaziwa mambo yao kwenye hili kongamano?
Great. Yeah. So one of the thematic areas that actually covers the participants ambao wanapata ufadhili au usaidizi ni kuwa ujasiriamali. That's what they call it, entrepreneurship. Ujasiriamali.
Yes.
Swahili. It cuts across all, all ages, all people, all communities. Hata sasa ukitoka hapa nje kuna mtu probably anauza mahamri, ama kuna mwingine ambaye anauza kashata, kitu kama hiyo. So
Shazila hizo.
Yes, kabisa nazipenda sana.
Okay.
Yeah, so one of the themes that we are going to be tutakuwa tunaangazia ni entrepreneurship. We also have it's also going to be covering women and youth, aspect of women and youth.
Okay.
And your question is
ni kwamba huyu
how will it feature them? So we have workshops.
Okay.
We have workshops whereby now tunajua workshop huo mnakaa chini kwa kikundi mna discuss. Unapata other entrepreneurs also affected or participants. You discuss and come up with solutions. And this is what is going to form the blueprints that we are going to produce. So they are going to be heard, they are going to be featured. We also have speaking opportunities for people who are representatives or leaders in this entrepreneurship sector, or the different sectors that that we have had this year. We were not able to cover all sectors because there are so many. So every year we'll be leveraging on the different sectors, but so far those are the sectors that we are going to cover. So they are going to be heard, they are going to be seen, they are going to be listened to, and we are going to feature them also, the solutions that we are going to implement moving forward. Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe now you could tell us how someone can get involved with the Global NGO Stakeholder Summit 2026, either as a company, as an individual. What do I need to do?
And who is eligible? If it's for anyone and everyone, just
great. So who can actually be part of this summit?
Yes.
So the title of the summit is the Global NGO Stakeholder Summit.
Yes.
That means all stakeholders that are actually ambao wanahusiana na mambo ya NGOs. So we're not leaving out anyone who is a stakeholder who actually contributes in one way or another. And I'll give an example. Maybe today a private company is looking at, I'm a private company, I'm not an NGO, but they also contribute to the development of the NGO sector. Let me give an example. Health insurance companies, they give car insurance, they give health insurance, they give WIBA, workman, injury benefits, something. So they all contribute to that. It could be even a tour company that actually helps NGOs reach to off-the-tarmac communities. So everyone who is a stakeholder, it could be a nurse who does outreach programs and probably does assessment for, persons with disabilities. It's everyone is a stakeholder. Everyone who plays a part in ensuring that the development sector actually thrives, you're all invited.
Yes.
And how you can actually participate, we are not cutting, hakuna ubaguzi wa miaka, kuwa we ni mzee, kuwa we ni kijana. No. For this sector to move forward, we all need to come together and collaborate. And our biggest, I would say mantra for us is partnerships. Partnerships are really at the heart of what we are doing as the Global NGO Stakeholder Summit.
Yes.
And this, we want to thank even the partners who have come on board, believed in us, signed up, to be delegates, as organizations, as speakers, as volunteers. We're really grateful for that, for all they have done. So anyone can sign up, and all you need to do is go to our website, www.ngosummit.africa, and register as a delegate. So there's some prompts at that website. Just go through it. Take time to go through it. Also, the different sessions that we are going to have, go through it, see what will benefit you. So even as you're coming, you're already geared towards a certain aspect that we are going to be discussing. Register as the delegate, and tupatane huko. Patane kwa ground, sindio?
Right.
Labda investment, how much do I need to invest in the different capacities?
In terms of?
To participate,
tickets.
like maybe as an exhibitor, or maybe just as a delegate. There are no exhibitors?
They are exhibitors.
Okay. I think.
All right. So you can register as a delegate. It's less than, they're different. They're different categories.
Yes.
There's normal delegate, there's VIP and VVIPs.
Okay.
There's also exhibition packages that they're also varying based on the kind of space that you're taking.
Yes.
So my biggest urge would be, it's not one size cuts all.
Yeah.
Nasamanga size yake. Kila kitu, nasamanga nini? Uniambie?
Kila kitu iko na
Size yake.
Yeah.
There's something guys always say when they want to talk about something. Yeah. But ni size yako.
Okay.
There's something for all of us. There's something for everyone.
Yeah.
So when you go there, you'll see what you're able to and what benefits you're able to accrue out of the different packages. So just visit the website. You'll get more information about that.
The website is NGO Summit Africa.
www.ngosummit.africa.
.africa.
Okay. Mimi leo kwa sababu tunazungumzia hiyo kwa yule kijana ambaye anakusikiliza, kwa sababu wenyewe hawapendi kuambiwa hili neno, lakini wacha nilisema including wewe, kwa sababu umesema wewe ni kijana
Kabisa.
si wabo.
Tuambie.
Sema hampendi kuambiwa kwamba
ni
mimi mkinisalimia nishasalimiwa sana mpaka nimezoea, lakini wacha tu niseme sababu si kitu kibaya kwamba vijana ni hawataki kukubali, lakini ni viongozi wa kesho. So zungumza na yule kijana ambaye kwamba anakusikiliza hivi sasa, ambaye ana ari na ndoto ya kuwa mjasiriamali, ana ari na ndoto ya kuweza kuzamia zaidi kwenye masuala ya kidijitali. Hajaingia lakini ana hiyo ari, ndio maana anasema kesho. Unamwambiaje kuhusiana na hili kongamano ambalo kwamba linakuja?
Great. So ni ukweli, our future belongs to actually the young people.
Yes.
Unasamanga ndio nini ya kesho?
Ndio
viongozi wa kesho. Na ni ukweli. I don't know, hata sijui mbona mtu anahisi vibaya kiambiwa hivyo. Juu ni ukweli, wewe ni kiongozi wa kesho.
Wanasema ni wa sasa.
Ni wa sasa.
Sahihi.
siwezi kijana Emmaculate.
Tunafaa tu review.
Miaka yake ishajitokeza.
Mbona mimi venye nimetoa disclaimer
Nimepatikana.
unaona venye unagonga.
Nimepatikana.
Sio kutoka hii sector.
So we honestly, tuna lead sahi, and it's good that at times we also are looking for solutions of now,
Yes.
but also we need to think about tomorrow. And it's true because you're handing over. Hata ukienda ofisini mwenyu, actually in your office, kuna watu ambao they are younger than you. To mean you're training them so that tomorrow when you're gone or you're retired, they will watachukua usukani.
Yes.
Sio? So for anyone who is listening as a young person, who is aiming to be an entrepreneur, senior, umesema?
Yes, yes.
My advice is usually just start with whatever you have. Because I think one of the things as young people is that tunakwanga na ile we just want to make it. You wake up and become a billionaire. But there's a reason why the stairs inenanga moja after the other. Haiendangi like zote there is a step. In life there's always, a trajectory that you have to take.
Yes.
Ulizaliwa, ukakuwa ukaenda shule, ukaenda secondary, ukaenda probably university ama ukafanya college, you learned a skill, na sasa iko kazi. There is a path that you have to follow.
Yes.
So just start where you are with whatever small thing you have. And opportunity, wanajipatanga, inasemanga opportunity comes once in a lifetime.
Yes.
This is one of those opportunities that we talk about in a lifetime. Because you could actually go to be part of this summit and actually meet someone who is looking to hire an intern or looking to hire a business development officer,
Yes.
for a start, entry-level positions. Or looking to, they listen to you and they think that's a brilliant idea. You can join part of our innovation hubs. So one other thing, just even as I add to this, is that we have a lot of innovation hubs, startups, tech hubs that are going to be present there.
Yes.
So even when you have an idea, business idea, na probably unasema mi kabisa Emmaculate si hata nikiangalia hata nikichukua mfuko yangu nifanye, yani nitoe kabisa hakuna hata shilingi. There are those people who are actually willing to help you grow your idea and actually fund it well at it, So this summit is going to give you an opportunity to meet those kind of people,
Yes.
of organizations, like-minded individuals who probably, like even us, when we started, we didn't have anything. I started as an intern. I learned and grew up, grew through the ranks to where I am today. So just start somewhere and grab this opportunity. And most importantly, register for the summit. Register for the summit, that's number 1. Number 2, register for the summit. Number 3, register for the summit.
Okay.
Right.
Asante sana Immaculate kwa jina nimetamka sawa.
Kabisa.
So kwa kuja nikutakia kila laheri kwenye kongamano hilo ambalo kwamba linakuja. Mwezi ni huu, siku zinapungua. Leo ni tarehe 1, ni tarehe 24 mpaka 26, right? So zimeshaba
pale Agile Hotel Nairobi. Itakuwa Nairobi.
All right.
Acha please let me emphasize on that.
Okay.
So the summit, the Global NGO Stakeholder Summit 2026 will be held in Nairobi at the Agile Hotel. Iko pale Mombasa Road.
Okay.
Pale karibu na hiyo njia kwenda airport.
Sini opposite SGR, ma?
Yes, actually yeah. Ukipita hata SGR unapitanga na hiyo hoteli. 24th to the 26th of June. So see you there. Let's connect, let's collaborate, and definitely let's have fun well at it.
Haya, sisi bana pia yeye wakati anaondoka na pia sisi tunapisha njia. Wanaokuja ni wanamichezo baada ya sisi. Baada ya wanamichezo kuja kuzungumza ya michezo, watakuwa wanakuja wana cafe. Dorcas Oyera pale atakuwepo, lakini naye pia atapeana kigongo kwa wana drive, nazungumzia Munga Sauti Teule.
Yes.
Abu Bakar himself. Alafu CJ Bawaziri atakuwepo hapo, and then baadain beyond the ballot Tony Omuga pamoja na Chicha ama Harith watakuwepo pale. Alafu sasa kigongo cha usiku kuanzia saa 3 pale mpaka saa 6 siku ikifungwa itakuwa ni the night shift. Bahati Ngazi na
DJ Zax.
Nipe dakika moja.
Okay.
Leo Madaraka unafanya nini leo afternoon? From 2 p.m. pale Little Theatre.
Mapema leo hii wiki
Little Theatre Club.
On a Monday.
Tunafanya Pwani Live.
Okay.
Pwani Live 1, the first of its kind. We have so many coastal artists who are coming to perform their own original music. Over 20 artists. Actually 23. Yeah,
hapa Pwani.
Yeah, hapa Pwani. Nikitaja majina hapa ni mpaka kesho.
Tutajie tu mmoja.
Niko na kadhaa. Mmoja anaitwa 2Pay MVP.
Okay.
Mwingine anaitwa Killer Gravity.
Okay.
Kuna wengine anaitwa 21 TB6.
Basi tosha.
Leo tikiti ni 300.
Basi.
Si pesa nyingi.
Si tunajichanganya.
yake na +1.
Alafu
Small money.
Immaculate ndio plus.
Sounds like a plan. Sounds like a plan. Lakini kwanza wakianzia wacheze nini? Watati.
Wewe
waliti sindio?
Sasa anatimba.
Sasa ukichezesha hiyo mimi itabidi nikae nje kwanza.
Wapi? Mimi niko na +1. Nishajibandia +1 yangu.
Yes.
I'm sorted.
You are sorted.
Yes, tupatane.
Wakam hadi labda tutakata keki nini?
Si eti labda.
Tutakata.
Wewe unakata keki leo. So tupatane Little Theater as tunaondoka hapa.
Yes.